are you with Kafka concepts? Have you worked on any string topologies?
No. I mean, so we are using batch processing.
Okay. So
I did not
how you are
have
reading
much.
like for reading data from Kafka topic, like in Springboot, what you are using? Are you using Spring Cloud Stream?
No, actually. So we have Kafka starter added to that Springboot, and we are creating that Kafka producer factory by giving that bootstrap servers and topic name, and we are sending the messages to that producer.
Okay, so you told you are consuming the data, right?
Yeah.
So, what thing you're what feature you are using in Spring to read the data?
Yeah, so we are using Kafka consumer. We will create that Kafka consumer factory, Kafka template, and then consumer factory. Yeah, and then we are reading from the topic.
Okay. So you are good with Java, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'll be focusing on core Java and a little bit of programming today.
Okay.
Is that good with you?
Yeah. Yes, fine.
Okay. Let me start with the Java questions first.
Okay.
Do you know what is the use of an interface?
So interface is like a prototype. So it will not have any implementation. So we will declare the methods. So the child classes has to implement those behaviors.
Okay. What is the difference between a static and a non-static method?
Yeah, static means only one copy of that one copy of that value will be available across the instances. Across all the objects. Whereas instance variable, non-static variable, it is per class. Per object. So every object will have different copy of that value.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Say I have to concatenate two strings in Java. Okay. I can use a plus sign and I can use a string buffer, a string builder.
Yes.
Which would you think is more efficient?
Yes, string builder. String buffer is synchronized. So if multiple threads are accessing, right? So it will be like a performance delay. But string builder is not synchronized. There will be some performance improvement while using string builder.
Okay. So what is the difference between an array and an array list?
So array has a fixed length. So once we declare the array, we cannot modify the limit of that array. Whereas array list, it will keep. So while we adding the elements, it keeps on growing. That size. And array can store only the homogeneous elements, and whereas array list we can store homogeneous or heterogeneous elements as well.
Okay. So do you know anything about the linked list?
Yeah. Yes.
What is the difference between a linked list and an array list?
Yeah, so array list implements a random access interface. Linked list implements a linked list data structure internally. So linked list will have a reference for the next node. So if it is a retrieval operation, right? So array list will be faster in that case. Whereas if it is a updation, right? So if you are frequently modifying that collection, right? So we can use the linked list there, because it will just remove that reference of that next node, and it will add. In between, if we wanted to insert any element, right? So it will just remove that next element. Unreference that next element, and then it will add the new element, and that reference will store it as in this node. Whereas in array list, it has to copy all the elements to the so new array, and then it has to add that new element, then it will copy all the elements to the previous. It will copy back to that original array.
Okay. So we were telling linked list is good for insertions or deletions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, may I know, like, inserting a linked list in the front or in the middle, which is faster? Inserting an element.
In the front it will be faster, because if you are inserting in the middle, right, let's say fifth element, fifth node, so it has to go through that head, and so it has to find that element using all the previous elements only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know about hash maps?
Yes.
Can you explain briefly?
Yeah, so hash map stores elements in key value pair. So it will first, whenever we add any element to the hash map, right, so first it will find the hash code of that, and if the hash code is same, right, then based on the hash code, it will find the bucket, and then it will insert that element into that bucket. If the hash code is same, right, then it will call equals method for the content comparison, and then if it is already there, right, so it will not insert it again.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now. Yeah.
Okay.
Second. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So suppose I give you an input string.
Okay.
You need to print the characters which are repeated. So can you see in this the string B and C are repeated. So I'm just printing these characters. So
okay.
How would you solve this problem? You just can give me a conceptual.
Okay. So we will take a hash map. Okay. Hash map of string comma integer. Okay. So we will iterate through each character in the string. So whenever so when we find any new element, right, let's say if first we will get A, so we will store it into the hash map A as a key, and then we will have the value as 1. Okay, again
that's right.
Yeah,
okay, so you got the counts, right? A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 2, E is equal to. So how will you determine
Okay, so from this hash map we can use the stream, and on the stream we can have call filter method. Filter in that filter method, if we can get that entry, value of that entry. If it is less than or equals to if it is greater than or equals to if it is greater than 1, right, so then we will again we will call for each on that stream, then we will print that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can I write it in the notepad?
No. Okay. Like I just wanted the logic. That's it.
Okay.
You told you have worked on hash maps, right? So I just wanted to test.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any way to improve this solution?
Yeah. Let's say we can take the hash set. Okay. So hash set will not store any duplicates, right? We can iterate through the each element, and then we can add it to the hash set. Okay, so if it is already there, right, so it will return false. It will return true. So it will return true, right? So then we will just print that element.
Yeah, got it. Okay, great. Ashmita, do you have any questions? You can go ahead and continue with the interview.
Are you familiar with Java 8?
Yes.
So what features are you really liking in Java 8?
You are asking what are the features introduced in Java 8?
No, I'm asking what are your favorite features?
Yes, streams and lambda expressions.
So could you explain about this? Like, where are you currently using those features in your current project?
Yeah, there are a lot of places. Let's say, yeah, so there is a requirement to, so get the, let's say, talent is talent, all the talent details is stored in talent collection. So whenever there is any talent, so whenever they send any request for all the talents, right? So we will just query from the talent collection. And iterate, so also we have to append some of the attributes for the UI. Okay, so we will iterate through all that documents which we get from that DB, MongoDB. So we need to add some more attributes. We need to add some more attributes and then return that as a response. So there we are using a streams concept for iterating.
Okay.
Yeah, and also yeah, okay.
So are you good with the data structures?
Yeah, little bit.
Okay, so given two linked lists, can you give an output of the sum of the two linked lists by using stacks?
By using stack?
Yes. I just want the logic. No need of any code.
We will iterate through each linked list and then store it. We will add it to the stack. So do we really need to use stack here?
Yeah. If we just use linked list, I don't see
stack. So we can pop each.
You can do the operations, like you can push from the linked list to the stack. You can pop. You can do the operations as you wish.
Yeah, so when we pop right, so it will return that element, and then yeah, we can pop each element and then we can add it to some count variable.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can take two different stacks to go on with the two linked lists.
Yes.
And then you're saying that we can pop it and take the count of each pop.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. So when you pop all the elements from two stacks, you can just pop them back into another third stack.
Yeah.
And
that can be done.
some of it, yes. Right? Okay, good. That sounds good. I'm good, Anand. I think he's answered most of your questions in mine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you.
Yeah. Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Asmita.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions you want to ask Ashmita? That's it.
No, I don't have any questions.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, Hasmita.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you for joining.